Trib Live, High School Sports Network is.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your top 4 seeds who all had first-round byes. They won those quarterfinal games, so 1 versus 4 Canterman against Geibel coming up later this afternoon here at Fox Chapel at 2 o'clock. And here, Imani against Union about to square off. The 1, 2, and 3 seeds all winning by the mercy rule as well in those quarterfinal games. Imani 69-30, Union 74-44 in their respective victories. And on paper, when you look at this, the first thing you're going to look at is the height differential, and that's basically what you've had. If you're an Imani Christian fan, you've had that all year, the height advantage, and one of those big guys you're going to be hearing a lot of tonight, this afternoon, I should say, is the freshman listed at 6'11", Alir Malouk. He had 25 points and 13 rebounds in the quarterfinals win for Imani Christian Academy against the Neighborhood Academy on Wednesday evening. Union's going to have to control the boards, which is basically what they did to a T against Leechburg, especially on the offensive glass, led by Mark Stanley, who had 15 points and 18 rebounds, 7 of those rebounds on the offensive glass. That's going to be the key, is limiting the second chance opportunities offensively for Imani Christian. And in that game for Imani against Neighborhood Academy, Neighborhood Academy had plenty of opportunities from downtown. Lots of pretty good looks, but the shots were not falling. Some were pretty well contested. Others were open that just did not go. Union should be able to get some open looks from the perimeter. They're going to need to knock those shots down here in this afternoon's game. The Scotties at 21-2. Imani Christian at 15-5 here for our game this afternoon. Against Bishop Canterman, the 1 seed, Geibel Catholic, the 4 seed, will be doing battle immediately following this one. A trip to the Peterson Event Center on the line here this afternoon from Fox Chapel High School. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick break, pay a couple of bills, and then we'll be back in a moment with the starting lineups and tip-off here from Fox Chapel. Your home for the WPIAL playoffs, the Trib Live High School Sports Network. We are Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Shannon for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods, custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Hey Scotty fans, it's Mrs. Ryan.
And Miss Felina here on behalf of the Union Area Education Association.
And we want to wish all of our Scotties good luck this season. Go Scotties!
Welcome back to Fox Chapel for the Class 1A semifinal game between Imani Christian and Union. Starting lineups being announced. First for the number 3 seed Union Scotties, 21-2. Leading scorer Matt Stanley, one of the 5 juniors in the starting lineup. He averages 18.5 points per game. 5'11 junior Cam Taylor at 5 points per game. 6'3 junior center Caden Fisher, averaging 5 points per game. Peyton Lombardo, averaging 12 points per contest. The 6'1 junior and 6' junior Mark Stanley, averaging 12 points, 9 rebounds per game. So Matt and Mark Stanley, Taylor, Fisher, and Lombardo for Coach Mark Stanley in his 8th year in his 2nd stint at his alma mater of Union High School. Union champions out of Section 1 with a 10-0 section record. Now for the Imani Christian Saints, 5'10 senior Amari Wesley, 6' sophomore Avery Wesley, who had 10 points in the game against Neighborhood Academy. Obadiah Abdul, one of the 2 Abduls in the starting lineup. Alir Malouk, the 6'11 freshman, again 25 points, 13 rebounds in the quarterfinals game. And a 6' sophomore, Bezaleel Abdul. So you got Amari and Avery Wesley, Obadiah and Bezaleel Abdul, and Alir Malouk. So there'll be a lot of first names being announced here tonight. Before we start today's contest, remind you that this game and the broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Any use of this broadcast is intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening and viewing audience, and any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent from the WPIAL and Trib Total Media is strictly prohibited. Union in their road blues with the gray and white stripes going down the leg. Imani, the home whites as the top seed. The black numerals and the black striping on the shorts. Fisher against Malouk, and you can see immediately the size difference. We'll see, will Fisher even go for it? He's going to, but it's going to be controlled, actually stolen away by Malouk. It didn't get all the way up high enough, so they will tip it again. They'll make sure they get the clock reset. There we go. And we'll tip it again with a tip to the Peterson Event Center on the line, and the ball is going to be controlled first, actually, by the Scotties. Matt Stanley goes right wing, Cam Taylor. Taylor into the corner. Into the corner there, that's Caden Fisher. Around the perimeter they go. Good motion in the offense. They get it to Mark Stanley, over to twin brother Matt. One of the 4 Stanleys actually on the bench. 5 if you include Coach Stanley. Big brother Anthony, one of the volunteer assistants. Ball poked away from Matt from behind. Stolen away there by Obadiah Abdul. Pass up ahead, looking for Malouk, and it's going to be picked right back by Mark Stanley. So good defense to start. Malouk reads a pass there and steals it back away. So 3 possessions, 3 turnovers for the squads here in the opening minutes of today's contest. To the wing, that's Bezaleel. Kills the dribble, looking for some help. He's going to finally find Amari Wesley. Amari, the senior. Standing on the Fox logo here at midcourt. A minute gone. No shot attempts yet for either team. Stanley, defensively. They get it back over to Amari. Works it down low. Up under, a little scoop shot off the mark. No good from Malouk, but he's going to get his own putback. Can't get it to go there. And offensive rebound, last touch, going out of bounds by Alir Malouk. So you can see the height, a factor obviously down low in the early going. Union now with their 3rd offensive possession. They're going to try to get their first shot attempt of the game. Taylor goes left wing, now back over to Matt Stanley. Pumps on a shot, drives in, bounce pass to the corner. Lombardo for 3. Off the mark, no good. Malouk rebounds. Lombardo, who was 4 of 13 from downtown in the game on Wednesday afternoon. Lombardo there is going to get picked up the foul, in transition back, the blocking foul for the first foul of this afternoon's contest. Amari inbound. Gives it to Avery. Avery trying to back his way in, back out to Amari. Yeah, we have a lot of first names going to be announced here this afternoon. Bezaleel goes down, gets the return pass. Bezaleel made 4 threes in the game on Wednesday night. This time, though, drives in and gets a little floater for the first points of this afternoon's contest. Took 2 minutes. A 2-0 Imani lead. Matt Stanley on the wing, trying to go over the top, able to get it to Mark. Matt to Mark for 2. Going the other way in transition, right to the rack. We're going to have an offensive foul, as they're going to say pushed off, did Obadiah Abdul. Extended the arm and picks up the personal. You can see the pace of Imani trying to get up and down the court as quickly as they possibly can. Mark Stanley on the volleyball line. Get it to Fisher. Bounce pass to Taylor. Over to Lombardo. Good ball movement. Mark Stanley's going to take a 3 and knock it down. His 9th trifecta of the year. Mark Stanley, all 5 Union points early. Nifty dribbling there from Bezaleel Abdul, and he's going to get tied up. Actually, they're going to say getting a piece of the arm was the Union defense. Will be the 2nd foul against the Scotties. And it is against Mark for his 1st. Inbounds pass right to the corner. Bezaleel thought about a 3, gets into the lane. Nifty spin move, nifty scoop shot, no good. Putback, blocked away from Maluk, but he's going to get fouled. Already 3 rebounds for Alir Maluk, 2 on the offensive glass. And there's your 6'11" freshman going to the free throw line. You know, it's of interest when you have Coach John Calipari coming to take a visit. That's what Alir Maluk had. I mean, when you're a 6'10", 6'11" freshman, not surprised that you're going to get some looks from big names like Coach Cal. Maluk split the pair there. Stanley tried to go to the rack, and Maluk waiting for him. Handoff for Avery Wesley for 3. No good on the shot. Good box out from Fisher. Outlet pass to Mark Stanley. He wasn't ready for it. He dives on the floor, and he's going to get it. Trying to work it around, and we're going to have a whistle, and he's moving around too much. Before the travel, though, it looks like Coach Stanley got the 30-second timeout call. Good officiating there. And making sure it is Union possession before the traveling violation was called. They did get the Pontius Insurance timeout. So the teams will take an early trip to the sideline, discuss their needs. Guess what? That's what you get when you talk to Dan Pontius at Pontius Insurance. They put the attention to the things you own so you can put your attention to the ones you love. Visit them online, pontiusinsurance.com, and love the life you live worry-free. I want to give another shout-out to our friends at Luxembourg Garbutt, Kelly and George. They've been keeping promises for over 80 years, a law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers. Let them guide you through the legal process. Visit them online for your free consultation at lgkg.com. 5 points for Mark Stanley. Bezaleel Abdul with a 2, Alir Maluk with a 1. There's your scoring in the first 3+ minutes of play here in the semifinals. Inbounds pass going to be poked away by Obadiah Abdul. He's going to get it to Bezaleel for the finger roll, and it falls off the mark. So a break for the Scotties. Can't get the shot to go, and then running the floor back down. It's going to be off the window. Block, no whistle. That's a goaltending all night long. And then a put-back attempt is going to be blocked away, but a foul there. The ball had already hit the backboard. That should have been goaltending all day, but the officials didn't see it. They do get a foul on Abdul on the putback, though, so it might have to kind of work in the Union's favor here, as that's the 2nd one against Obadiah. Fisher at the free throw line makes his first. So with that, Obadiah will check out. Darryl Strong, I believe it was Fairmont State, just got a football offer. 2nd free throw on the way. Back iron, no good. Rebound coming out will be Malik Shannon, who also checked in for the first time for Imani Christian. Yeah, so check that. It was Shannon, not Strong, who checked in. Malik drives, kicks. Bezaleel for 3. Back iron, no good. Offensive rebound, Malik Shannon. Too many offensive bounds right now. If you're a Union fan, better box out on the 2nd attempt, and Mark Stanley's going to grab it. Scotties, nifty move into the lane for Matt. Little floater, and the teardrop is in. First points for Matt Stanley. It's an 8-3 lead midway through the first quarter. Shannon, 6'4" senior, directing traffic. Ball knocked away from ball on the floor, knocked around, everybody flying with it, and it's going to be touching on the sideline. Great play. Cam Taylor saw Avery Wesley on the sideline. He just smacked it into him, so it's touching a player while he's out of bounds. Smart play from the junior. Turnover goes to the Scotties. 3 turnovers apiece for both the Saints and the Scotties here in this first quarter. Taylor gets it to Lombardo in the corner. He'll go skip pass, able to get it to Matt Stanley. Trying to work it around. Taylor lost possession, able to get it back. And now Stanley will set back up the offense. He'll take a step back off the mark there from the free throw line. Tapped around and controlled by Shannon. Imani slows it up momentarily. Now they work it back down. Obadiah gets a backdoor cut to Maluk, and it's going to be blocked away, but we're going to have a foul on the way up. It'll send Alir Maluk back to the charity stripe. And that one is on Lombardo, and that'll be his second with 3:04 remaining in the opening quarter. So we'll see what Coach Stanley chooses to do right now. Lombardo staying in there. It's Maluk's first freebie off the mark. I did not see Braylon Thomas was hiding behind the official. He's now in the contest for the first time. 6'2" sophomore. First player off the bench tonight for Coach Mark Stanley. Second free throw, nice soft touch from Maluk to split the pair. And it looks like Imani Christian will now take a 30-second timeout with 3:04 remaining in the first quarter. Another Pontius Insurance timeout. Thanks to our friends at Pontius Insurance. Visit them online, pontiusinsurance.com. Love the life you live, worry-free. Let's take a look at the scoreboard brought to you by the Crane Room Grill. Games coming up on Monday. We'll have all 3 of them right here at lcsportsnet.com with our friends at the Trib Live High School Sports Network. 6 o'clock game, the Shannock hosting Sarah Catholic. A 8 o'clock game at Robert Morris, Newcastle boys taking on Gateway. And in Class 1A, 8 o'clock game at the Annex Gym at North Hills High School. The Union Lady Scots taking on Bishop Canevin. Union girls now the top team remaining in Class 1A of the WPIAL. We'll have all 3 of those games. And hopefully for Lawrence County, get a few of them making their way into the Peterson Event Center for the championships on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Matt Stanley with possession, dribbling on the Fox logo at midcourt. Gives it to his twin, Mark. Over to Fisher. Right wing, Taylor, open for 3. Back iron, no good. Flying in for the rebound, and we're going to get over the back against Alir Maluk. His first, team's third, with 2:40 remaining. And that's the thing, he's long enough to go over the back, but if you box him out, well, that's how you negate that length. Stanley now going one-on-one against Maluk. Gives it back, and I tell you what, Imani not afraid to switch. You now have Maluk going against the point guard, Matt Stanley. He gets around him, gets into the lane, off the window, no good. Offensive rebound, Mark Stanley, spinorama, can't get the putback to go. Fisher puts it back up, blocked away from him, but he came back down with it, so that'll be a jump ball, and possession will go over to Imani. Pass over the top and the inbound. Get it to Amari Wesley. Over to Avery. He'll take a 15-foot jumper and get his first points of the day. Long jumper, no good there for the Scotties. Another rebound for Maluk. Already 4 in the first quarter. Drive and kick. Avery for 3. Too strong, no good. Backside rebound all the way in the corner. Amari Wesley able to grab it, but then stolen away from him. Thomas starting to run, gets it up to Taylor, pumps, puts it off the window, no good. Gets the rebound back though, kicks it back out to Matt Stanley. He'll take a little runner, the teardrop off the window and in. Good effort from Taylor on the putback. Under 2 minutes to play, shot into the lane, blocked away, but no, a whistle called. Amari Wesley will get his first trip to the line here this afternoon. It's going to go against Caden Fisher. And that's his second as well. So Fisher and Lombardo each with 2 fouls for Union. Obadiah Abdul with 2 fouls for Imani. First free throw is back iron, no good for Wesley. Subs coming in, it will be Daryl Strong, mentioned him earlier. Gave us the rope-a-dope, thought he was checking in, came back out. Now the 6'3" senior, mentioned Fairmont State is the official place, as we've heard. Brennan Porter also in for the first time today for the Scotties. Amari splits the pair. Lead down to 3, late first quarter. Matt kills the dribble, looking for some help. We'll get it to Mark. Back out to Matt. We'll bring it back out and look to set up the motion offense for the Scotties. Gives it to Thomas. Fakes on the pass, tries to drive in, well defensed there. Now losing his dribble momentarily, gets it back out to Matt Stanley. He's going to step inside the arc, kick it over to Taylor. He'll take a left wing 3 ball and drain it. It's three-pointer number 29 on the year for Cam Taylor, and we're under a minute to play in quarter number 1. On the wing, that's Avery. Gets the screen from Strong. Back to Amari, trying to go over the top, looking for Strong. Knocked away, and the last one to touch it was Union. Malik Shannon's going to check back in and give Maluk a break with just 38 seconds remaining in this first quarter. 13-7. 4 players in the scoring column for both teams. And a whistle, we have a offensive foul on the inbounds. Player control foul against Shannon, it looks like, as he pushed off trying to get open. Or check that, sorry, not on 2 Shannon, on 5 Strong. 4th team foul. Union's going to go 4 quarters. Might try to waste the last 30+ seconds off this first quarter clock. Thomas drives it in. Now they'll bring it back out. Taylor over to Matt. Dribbling on the Fox logo. And they have a blocking foul. Is getting in the way was Bezaleel Abdul. So 5 team fouls now on each team. Sub coming in. Brennan Porter will check out. Lucas Stanley, the 6-foot freshman. So 3 Stanleys on the court. Anthony Stanley, older brother, volunteer assistant on the bench. Head coach Mark Stanley on the sideline as well. Time winding down. Under 10 seconds. Now Matt will look to engage. Goes right to the rack. Step back from the elbow. Short, no good. It's a putback for Braylon Thomas. No good on his attempt. And that's going to be how the first quarter comes to an end. The half-court heave was late and off the mark. Scotties leading at the end of 1, 13-7. Here on exclusive coverage for the WPIAL postseason, the Trib Live High School Sports Network. We're the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Shannon for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Has your child's early education slowed down or even paused due to the pandemic? This is crucial time you can't get back. LCAP can keep your little learner on track for success. We have options for working and non-working parents with in-person childcare and age-appropriate virtual learning to keep them busy and engaged. Parents, don't hit pause on early learning. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership can jumpstart their future. Learn more at lcap.org.
13-7, Union leading Imani at the end of 1. This is the 3rd time these 2 schools have played each other in their careers, and they've all been in the WPIAL postseason. Last year, a quarterfinals game up at Union. If you remember, that's a game that didn't start until almost 9 o'clock as Imani Christian, the bus driver, had the wrong address. Went up to Union Reimersburg Union won that game 65-53 in the quarterfinals. And back in 2018, much like this one in the semifinals, that game was down at Peters Township High School. Union victorious 74-67 in that one. Imani Christian's only been in existence in the WPIAL for the last 9 years. Drive in, kick back out from Stanley to Stanley, right wing to Taylor. They'll get it back out to Matt. Already 25 seconds gone on this first possession of the second quarter for Union. Mark over to Lombardo, who's in there with 2 fouls, and he's going to drain a 3. Big shot, Peyton Lombardo. That's now 83 pointers on the year for the sharpshooter who had his coming out party a year ago against these Imani Christian Saints. More on that later on. Drive in, rip away, and a foul called. Strong got pickpocketed by Mark Stanley and then committed his second foul. Going back to Lombardo, he had more three-pointers made in that quarterfinals win against Imani last year than he had three-pointers attempted all season long. At one point made, I believe it was 6 out of 7 in a row in that game. Came into the second quarter and just got red hot. In towards the corner, losing it was Stanley, tried to save it off of an Imani player, and then going the other way in transition, Alir Malouk, nifty Euro step into the lane and a two-handed slam. That's the first field goal of the game for the 6'11 freshman. Cuts the lead down to 7. Pass down low, Stanley, out to Stanley, Matt for 3, short no good. Rebound, double team, and they're gonna have to hustle back now of the Scotties as they try to get a turnover. Going the other way right to the rack, number 0, Marcus Williams, no good. Put back attempt, and a whistle, and Alir Malouk is on the back of Lombardo. Now this is gonna be an interesting call here. They're gonna say that Malouk was in the air and then the box out happened. That's gonna go against Mark Stanley for his second. So subs coming out, and it's Lombardo who will check out. Marker's going to stay in there with the 2 fouls, so keep an eye on that. 16 fouls apiece. But both Lombardo and Mark were out there with 2 fouls. Both thought they were coming out of the game. Good drive in for Wesley. Avery gets a little space and makes the little 10-footer. Back-to-back buckets for the Saints. Lead back down to 5. Matt and Mark, a little 2-man game. Get it to Taylor in the corner. Back up to Mark, a 1,000-point scorer, just a junior. He's going to take another elbow jumper and knock it home for his 6th point of the night. He now leads all scorers, 18-11 early second quarter. Long jumper there, off the mark, no good. Ball on the ground, and we're going to be diving for it. Taking away is Taylor. Going the other way, how about Stanley? The nifty moves to the rack. Matt Stanley makes the lead back up to 9. Malouk, spinorama. That's why he's getting those looks. He can be physical down low, but a nice soft touch too. Malouk now with 6. Stanley, another foul line jumper. This one's short, no good. Mark reaching in there, and they're going to get him for the foul. And that's big, because that's 3 on Mark Stanley. That's also big because Imani has now entered the Red Zone bonus. Your bonus free throw is brought to you by the Red Zone. Stop by the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock Township for all of your county sporting apparel needs. County sporting apparel, embroidery, sporting goods, and even some teachers' gear as well. How about that? The Dr. Seuss Week apparel coming up as well. Check them all out and visit them online, theredzzonesports.com, and you too can score big at the Red Zone. So 1-1, first free throw off the mark, and we're going to have a lane violation against Imani. So even if the shot had gone, it would not have mattered. Matt Stanley, Porter, Taylor, Lombardo, and Fisher out there right now for Union. Union, 4 corners. Matt Stanley with the ball. Goes through a triple team. Able to get it over to Lombardo. Short corner for Porter. Double team there. Back out to Matt. Tries to get around Maluk. Able to do so. Skip pass to Lombardo. Now skip pass back to Taylor. Right wing. Thought about a 3. Top of the key. Matt for 3. Back iron no good. Long rebound tracked down by Porter. He goes skip pass back out to Lombardo. Good passing. Getting good looks. Here's Lombardo. Knocks down his second of the night. Largest lead of the night now for Union. And then Fisher's going to rip it away from Maluk down low. Here comes Matt in transition. Going right to the rim. Off the window, no good. Porter fighting for the rebound. A whistle and a jump ball call. Possession will go over with Imani. 4:25 remaining, but up and down we go. Don't take your eyes off the court for not even 1 second, folks. Amari Wesley across the timeline, gets into the lane, loses possession as Fisher was there to knock him off his track. Lombardo down low to Fisher. Fisher, double team there, looking for some help. Knocked away from him, ball on the ground. We're gonna have another whistle and a tie-up. This one will stay with the Scotties. Coach Omar Foster, his 5th season as the head coach of the Saints. He was an assistant before that with Coach Juan and Juan Wesley, and they literally flipped chairs. Coach Wesley founding several fatherhood programs, occupying a little bit more of his time, and it's really cool that they're able to just flip-flop roles like nothing changed. Really impressive there. Ball knocked into the backcourt. Possession staying with Union as it was knocked by a Saints player into the backcourt. Taylor, baseline drive, gives it to Fisher, trying to battle his way in against Maluk. Shot partially blocked, and out comes the Saints. Into the corner with Avery Wesley, goes down to Maluk. Spinorama goes over the right shoulder, over the left shoulder with the right hand, and in. Real smooth shot from Maluk, taking advantage maybe with Mark Stanley on the bench. Matt gets around his defender, gets into the lane, little floater no good, rebound for Lombardo, and they're gonna say he went over the back. So look out now, Union with a pair of players with 3 fouls. And Coach Stanley saying, I want that too then. If you're going to say that's over the back, you better call it when the big guy's doing the same at the other end. So Avery Wesley will go to the line. Another 1-and-1 attempt. Short on that one. The Union brought in the freshman Lucas Stanley. And asking for a timeout is Union with 3 minutes remaining in the first. They will get a 30-second Pontius Insurance timeout. Again, want to take a look at our games coming up on Monday. Class 1A girls, 8 o'clock tip-off from North Hills. That's Union against Bishop Canevin. 8 o'clock game from Robert Morris, 5A boys, Newcastle, the 2 seed taking on 6 seed Gateway. And also on Monday night, a 6 o'clock start from North Allegheny, the Lady Lancers of Neshannock, rematch of their championship game a year ago, taking on 3 seed Sarah Catholic. Well, again, we'll have all those games at lcsportsnet.com. Remember, you can get all of your playoff coverage of WPIAL playoff basketball on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Got to give a shout out to the Wilmington girls team as well in a playoff game today. 1 win a year ago. Impressive. They're in the postseason in District 10 today against Fairview. Porter with possession on the right wing, looking for some help. Now dribbles, had a 4 count. Smart play from Brennan Porter, junior out there. There's a whistle, and Stanley's going to get tied up, and he's literally got a body on his back, but they're going to say it's a held ball, and possession goes over to Imani on the turnover. Lucas Stanley, Matt Stanley, Porter, Fisher, and Taylor, the 5 on the court for the Scotties. Inbound pass for Imani goes to Obadiah Abdul. He had 2 early fouls, so he's playing out there with 2. He and Daryl Strong, who's currently on the bench, only potential foul trouble with Imani, each with 2 fouls apiece. Lombardo and Mark Stanley each with 3 for Union. Into the corner, Bezaleel gets a screen, handoff on the weave now to Obadiah. Well defense, he's gonna go try to drive in, and a whistle and a foul's gonna be called against Porter. Coach Stanley asking for a clear out as Matt Stanley took an elbow to the face as Obadiah drove into the lane. First on Porter, 9th free throw, or 9th foul, I should say, excuse me, against Union. First free throw up and in for Obadiah Abdul's first points. So all 5 starters in the scorebook now for Imani. All 5 starters in the book for each team, actually. How about that? Second free throw, back iron, no good. Maluk goes in there for a putback, and he's fouled on the putback. Maluk now with 6 rebounds, 4 on the offensive glass, and that was the key to the game. Got to keep him off of the glass. Brennan Porter back-to-back fouls. Team's 10, so double bonus. Double red zone free throws. Alir Maluk, first free throw is short. Down to 2:12 remaining. Maluk misses them both. Down under 2 minutes to play now in this quarter. Fisher with possession. Dribbles, gets into the lane, knocked away from him, and it's, I think, he off his leg last and out of bounds. Yes, it did. That's a couple of times that we've seen Alir Maluk just basically let the offensive player drive by and then poke it away from behind with those long arms. Obadiah Abdul to Amari Wesley. All a family affair, lots of familiar names, lots of multiple last names. Amari goes down low looking for Maluk. He's going to take about a 10-footer and going the other way over the back. No whistle there either. Shot no good. And if I'm Coach Stanley, I understand why he's upset, because he thought he had a box out. The official's saying that he didn't. Instead, it's the 3rd foul on Porter, and more free throws coming. A free throw disparity off the charts right now. Malik Shannon's going to take 2 here. First one off the mark and no good. Right now, Imani 4 of 14 from the line. Union 1 of 2. Free throw shooting disparity evident early. Second free throw makes its way home, so 5 of 14. Wesley now with 5. 90 seconds remaining. Lead down to 6. Jaden Wynn with possession, first time he's been in the game for the Scotties. Gets it back out to Matt. Matt gets a screen from Taylor. Keeps the dribble going. Trying to drive in, gets it back out. Nick Vitale, the senior, getting his first minutes of the evening as well. So Union already now 10 deep. Matt drives in, double team, triple team. He's going to throw it off the Imani defender, and he'll stay with the Scotties with just over a minute to play. Union now hasn't scored in the last 3.5 minutes. Peyton Lombardo 3-pointer back at the 4:40 mark. Stanley drives, loses it, able to get it over to Taylor. Top of the key, Vitale for 3, partially blocked. Maluk in the outlet, gets it up to Shannon, who's going to get an easy lay-in. First points for Shannon. 6-0 run. Monsters Inc. 23-19 on the scoreboard. Taylor, left wing, passes it up. Wynn thought about a 3, instead gets it to Taylor for the foul line jumper. Good extra pass both ways. ends a 4-minute scoring drought for the Scotties. Maluk the other way, off-balance shot, no good. He's going to fight for it and get his own rebound. And then Vitel's fighting for the rebound, and they're going to say that he pushed. No, it's a push against Maluk, excuse me. Well, now they're putting Malik to the line, so maybe he's just saying that it was Maluk who was the one who was getting the free throws. This must have been what the call was. It was a foul on Vitel, which is what we thought. First free throw, no good. And they're going to stop and check the clock real quick because I think it was about a half a second went off. I think it was at 13.1. Rob Tell, our clock operator up here, agrees. 13.3. Close enough. Who knows, those 2 tenths could be huge in this end of the first half. 8th free throw of the first half for Maluk. Off the mark again. Fouling around, we're going to have a whistle. And I guess they're saying Union enter the lane early. So again, they're going to have to put time back on the clock. .3 back on the clock. Maluk will get another look at it. And he's able to get that one. He's now 3 of 8 from the line. He's got a game-high 9, does Alir Maluk. Stanley gets the inbounds, 10 seconds remaining. Gets right to the rack, shot off the window and in. Half court, Maluk gonna put it off of the rafters, and that's how your first half will come to an end. Scotties leading by 7, a 27-20 lead at the break. We'll take a break as well. Be back with the halftime stats and figures when we return on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
That was awesome.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAT Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Shannon for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods, custom apparel to embroidery and more, Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Welcome to the jungle indeed here at Fox Chapel, home of the Foxes. Today, home of the Saints and Scotties. And we've been greeted with a dandy here at Fox Chapel High School. A 27-20 lead for the 3-seed Union Scotties over Imani at the halftime break. 2 minutes off the clock before first points are put in for Imani Christian. Union then back-to-back buckets took a 5-2 lead, and they have not trailed since. Led by as many as 10 points at about the 4:30 mark of that second quarter. And then some foul trouble down the stretch for Union, which will be interesting to watch in the rest of this game. Your number 2 and number 3 scorers for the Scotties on the bench with 3 fouls. Mark Stanley picked up his third at the 5:14 mark. Peyton Lombardo picked up his third at the 3:12 mark. So we'll have to keep an eye on their minutes in the second half. Matt Stanley leading all scorers with 10 points for Union. Lombardo with 6. Mark Stanley and Cam Taylor each with 5. And Caden Fisher with 1 for Union. For Imani Christian, Alir Malouk, 9 points and 7 rebounds unofficially to lead the way for Imani Christian. 5 for Avery Wesley, 2 each for Bezalel Abdul and Malik Shannon, and 1 each from Obadiah Abdul and Amari Wesley. Some quick numbers as we try to analyze this first half. Unofficially, I have 6 of 16 from the free throw line for Imani Christian in the first half. Union, 1 of 2. So a potential storyline there, if you choose to believe in that sort of thing. I know the Neshannock basketball team feeling a bit that way after their game against Aliquippa. They led most of the way, but were outshot at the line by a 39-13 mark. But here at Union, a 27-20 lead, or here at Fox Chapel for Union with their lead. Again, the game coming up next. Guyville Catholic, the 4-seed, against 1-seeded Bishop Canavan. That game scheduled to start at about 2 o'clock. You can watch it on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Mon Valley Independent providing the video coverage for that one on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. While I have another moment, let's give a shout out to our friends at the Crane Room Grill. Our out-of-town score is brought to you by the Crane Room Grill. We'll have that scroller working big time on Monday night, as they have, again, 3 games in the county going on. Semifinal Monday coming up. 6 classifications will have their semifinal games on Monday night. Grab a seat at the bar, the dining room, or the loft. There's plenty of room for you at the Crane Room. Stop by before or after the game. Visit them online at www.craneroom.com. We're going to take one more final timeout. We'll come back with the second half when we return. Playoff basketball exclusively on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. This is the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP.
Hey Scotty fans, it's Mrs. Ryan.
And Miss Felina here on behalf of the Union Area Education Association.
And we want to wish all of our Scotties good luck this season. Go Scotties!
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, Coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com.
Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
That was awesome.
Awesome stuff from the Standout platform. If you haven't checked it out, please do. Our friends at the Trib Live High School Sports Network doing a great job of supporting all local athletes. And again, this game on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, like all playoff games, this game and the broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Any use of this broadcast is intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening and viewing audience. Any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the expressed written consent from the WPIAL and Trib Total Media is strictly prohibited. In other words, don't do it. If it's not a Trib link, a Trib logo, you're not in the right place, and Trib will not charge you to watch the games live. And you can purchase them, though, if you want to purchase after the fact for a copy for you to keep forever. But we will never make you pay to watch live. So teams will switch sides. Union first possession, starting five out there. So Nark Stanley and Peyton Lombardo are each playing with 3 fouls. Again, we'll keep an eye on their minutes. Daryl Strong, Obadiah Abdul with 2 fouls each. The only ones in foul trouble for the Saints. Ball knocked away by Obadiah, goes into the Scotties bench. Coach Manafrank able to grab that one. Tough to see Tyler Staub on the bench, not in a uniform, in street clothes after a ankle injury in football season. Kick to the corner, Lombardo for 3. He's got his third. And 82nd of the year. It's a great start for Union in this second half. Lead back up to double digits. Bezaleel looks to drive baseline against Lombardo. Good left-handed shot. That's the lead back down to 8. Mentioned Staub, hopefully should be back for baseball season. That's his top sport, the senior. Whistle and a foul is going to be called on the way up. The shot was blocked away. The foul is going to go against Amari Wesley for his first. And Union's only second trip to the free throw line on the night. Union 1 of 2 from the line in the first half. Imani 6 of 16. A few more of those free throws go in, it's a big difference in this game. First one for Matt. Rattles around and falls down. As you'd expect from a 1,000-point scorer, pretty good from the line. 80% on the year. He was 4 of 4 in the quarterfinals game. Had 24 points in that one. He's halfway there tonight. He's got 12. Lead back up to 10, a three-pointer on the way, and still no threes made on the night. For Imani Christian. 0-3 unofficially from downtown. Matt unable to keep the dribble going, but he'll hand it off, get it right back. Early third quarter. Trip to the Peterson Event Center on the line. Taylor, corner three on the way. In and out, no good. Fighting for the rebound on the floor, and it's going to be grabbed by Mark. Matt left alone, so he'll say, I'll try another one from downtown. This one, though, no good. Looking for his first three-pointer of the evening. Remains a 10-point advantage. Strong, faithful making their way down from Lawrence County on the far side of the gym. The only public school remaining in the Class 1A tournament. Skip pass to the wing. Obadiah drives in, shot off the window and in. So the Abduls with a pair of buckets here at the start of this second half. Lombardo kills the dribble, gets it back to Matt, knocked out of bounds off the leg of Abdul. He thought it was Stanley's leg. Tough to tell from our angle. I think he may be right. Will stay Union possession. Matt drives, looking for some help. He'll now hand it off on the weave to Taylor. Taylor being hounded by Avery, the younger of the two Wesley brothers. To Lombardo. 50 dribbling from Matt, goes off of his legs, though, ball on the ground, and fighting for it and getting it is Amari Wesley for the turnover. Here comes Imani with Bezaleel Abdul. Works it down low to Maluk. Maluk kills the dribble, gets it to the corner for Avery. Tries baseline drive, well defensed there by Mark. Now Amari goes into the lane, and a whistle and a foul on the floor before the shot. That'd be NBA continuation if they had allowed that one to go. And it is a foul against Union and against Matt Stanley for his first. Also the first team foul against the Scotties. Three ball on the way on the inbounds, misses everything too strong. Here comes Matt in transition with some speed, gets it to Taylor in the corner. He'll go baseline drive, good pass across the lane, Fisher for two. Good ball movement so far tonight from the Scotties. Lead back up to double digits. That's the largest it's been tonight. Been there two or three times. Going the other way. Same play the other way. Matt got a piece of it. Blocked it away from Maluk. 3-on-3 the other way. And good hustle play coming back by Amari Wesley. And we have an injured player down behind the court as Matt Stanley got tangled up with Maluk, and that did not look good. And that's not what you want to see. Going for the ball, trying to stop on a dime. He and Matt Stanley got tangled up. And they're going to have to tend to Amir Maluk. That's the last thing you ever want to see. And he immediately went grabbing at that left knee. While they tend to the Imani player, let's go to a break. 10-point Union lead midway through the third quarter on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAP Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, able to get to his feet and go to the bench was Alir Maluk. We got a chance to look at the replay. So what happened? After Matt Stanley delivered that pass, it was intercepted. He started to backpedal to be getting back on defense, and in that process, as Maluk was coming down to try to hustle back defensively, ended up running right into the back and hyperextending his leg. Able to get off on his own power, but not putting a whole lot of weight on that left leg. Just a freak incident. Again, Stanley was trying to go back and ended up backing his way right into Maluk, who was going full speed the other direction. We'll see how Imani responds. Good start there for Amari Wesley. foul line jumper cuts the lead back down to 8. Obviously changes a lot. The size advantage, you're already without Virgil Hall, a 6'8" player who's gotten offers from Southern Utah. And then there's their 3-second violation. Mark Stanley didn't get out of the lane after delivering that pass. So you're already without Virgil Hall, ineligible for the postseason due to the transfer rule. That height was huge all year. Him at 6'8", Alir Malouk at 6'11". And they've used that to their advantage all night long, all year long, really. Imani can cut the lead back down to 6, maybe 5 on this possession. Good move into the lane for Bezaleel. Scoop shot off the mark, no good, and he's the last to touch it, going for the rebound. .330 remaining in the first half. Matt Stanley, nice move to the rack, no good on the shot. Rebound coming out is going to be stripped away, and then we're going to have a whistle and a pushing foul as trying to make his way up the court was Malik Shannon. Three-pointer on the way from the corner, and that's the first one made of the night. So Mari and Avery Wesley, brothers, played big last year, played big here tonight. That's a big response. And now a whistle, a blocking foul in the front court against Imani Christian, but they've cut the lead down to 5 after the Alir Malouk knee injury. We hope we can see Malouk back on the court, but obviously a big loss if he is unable to do so. That was the first foul on Shannon. 2 team fouls apiece in this second half. Matt to the lane, off the window, no good. Fighting for his own rebound, able to get it amongst a bunch of players, then it's ripped away by Avery Wesley. Good hands from Wesley. Now going the other way, up and under for Shannon, no good. Mark, more rebounds already in this third quarter than he had the entire first half. Fisher, down low, goes back to the foul line. Losing his footing was Mark, but Matt able to clean up. Puts it up with the left hand. His shot no good. Mark, offensive putback, and it's in. His first point since the first quarter. And Union now able to go to the rim with a little bit more ease with the injury to Alir Malouk. Ball poked away to the corner, ripped away. Great driving effort by Taylor to get the steal. In transition the other way. Bounce pass from Fisher was knocked away. Gets it right back and up and in. Lead back up to 9. Defense chant from the far sideline for the Scotties. Looks like Malouk is ready to check back into the contest. In the lane with a shot, no good for Amari Wesley. Union going to do all they can. Get up the court quickly before he comes off the bench. Stanley! Makes it a 7-0 Scotties run. Timeout, Imani. 12-point advantage. It's a full Pontius Insurance timeout called by Imani Christian. Unfortunate for them with the time on the bench for Alir Malouk. Union goes on a 7-0 run. Layup for Mark Stanley, a layup for Caden Fisher, and then the first three-pointer of the night for Matt Stanley. Reminder coming up after the game, our Tri-County Principals post-game show. We'll break down tonight's game, give a final look at the scoring recap. We'll give out our Play of the Game and Player of the Game awards. That's coming up after the game. It's the Tri-County Principals post-game show here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. .149 remaining in the third quarter. 7-0 Union run. And again, glad to see that Alir Malouk is back out there after suffering a well, appeared to be a hyperextension of the knee in an inadvertent collision with Matt Stanley. He's back out there, as are the two Wesleys and the two Abduls. Starting 5 for Union also out there. Largest lead of the night, though, at +12 for the Scotties. Foul line jumper on the way is short from Wesley. Fisher fights for the rebound and is able to rip it away. Going the other way, we have a whistle against Amari Wesley in transition. A blocking foul will be his second, team's third. Looks like Amari's going to take a seat. Marcus Williams, a 6'2 freshman. Saw him briefly in the first half. He'll check back in. Backdoor cut on the inbounds. Matt Stanley up and under. It hangs on the rim and goes. He's now got 17. Into the lane the other way. Shot up, and they are going to say on the way up for that foul. Will send Bezaleel Abdul for his first trip to the free throw line. But Imani, the Saints down by 14. Minute 10 remaining. That foul on Fisher is his third. Free throws again an issue. Now 6 of 17 is Imani from the charity stripe. Obadiah checks out. Shannon checks in, or excuse me, Strong checks in. Bezaleel Abdul puts in the second freebie. We're down to a minute to play in the third. Stanley over to Taylor. Mark to Matt. He's going to try to go baseline drive. Little teardrop, no good. Fisher skies up and gets the offensive rebound. Ball knocked away from him. Huge collision. Now the midcourt flying all over the place. And there is a timeout called, asking for the travel. He can slide across the court. That is fine. Once he did the little turn on the ground, that's when the travel could have been called. But they're going to say that they got the timeout from the bench before that happened. I'm okay with that not being a traveling call based on when the timeout was called. Again, you can slide across the court. Very few understand how that traveling violation works. You can slide across the court, no problem. But once you spin deliberately is when a travel should be called. They had that earlier. I believe it was Mark Stanley right in front of us here. Did the exact same thing, that he was sliding, that was fine, but then he tried and almost did a full barrel roll trying to make a pass when they called the travel. So a 30-second Pontius Insurance timeout, only 2 remaining for Imani. Good hustle play from the big man, and I guess that knee is all right. Good to see. Alir Malouk, the 6'11 freshman, will now inbound in front of his own bench. He'll get it into the forecourt for Bezaleel. Not on the same page. Cam Taylor's going to get an easy steal and a lay-in. He's now got 7. Strong going up. Hits knocked away from behind by Taylor. On the backside, though, Obadiah, or excuse me, Bezaleel's able to grab it. Bezaleel Abdul now with 7. Union likely to hold for 1 now. 12 seconds remaining. They do go 4 corners. Stanley engages. Now backs back out. Takes a look at the clock. Gets to the foul line. Kicks it over to Fisher into the corner. Taylor back to Stanley. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Back iron no good. We've played 3 here from Fox Chapel. 8 minutes separating these 2 schools from a trip to the Peterson Event Center. Don't go anywhere. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP and all playoffs on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Has your child's early education slowed down or even paused due to the pandemic? This is crucial time you can't get back. LCAP can keep your little learner on track for success. We have options for working and non-working parents with in-person childcare and age-appropriate virtual learning to keep them busy and engaged. Parents, don't hit pause on early learning. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership can jumpstart their future. Learn more at lcap.org.
I'll take it. 8 minutes on the clock. Fourth quarter about to get underway. A trip to the Pete on the line. Union hasn't been there since 2018. Imani not since 2017. Bishop Canterman, Geibel Catholic waiting to play at 2 o'clock. Winner of that one takes on the winner of this one. There's a whistle and a reach in and a travel and a good call. Mark Stanley in good position. Matt tied him up for a moment and then lost him his balance. And that's turnover number 11 against Imani. Largest lead of the night was 15 for the Scotties. It came with just about 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Now some full court pressure being put on by the Saints. Union able to cross the timeline to Taylor. Back over the mat, who'll get it to Mark, and they're going to try to run some clock, it looks like, in their offense. On the back dribble, Taylor loses it, gets it back, gets it to the corner to Fisher. He's going to be double teamed down on the baseline, and we're going to have a whistle and a hold foul against Imani Christian. Kind of bailed out Fisher as he got caught in no man's land. Amari Wesley just got his third. Team fourth foul. Inbound to Mark. He's going to back his way in off the window. No good. Offensive rebound, Fisher. And he's going to get fouled on the way back up on the floor. It'll be the fifth foul, so still a floor foul. Again, coming after the game, we'll have our Lawrence County Community Action Partnership player of the game, LCAP, dedicated to enhancing the quality of life by eliminating and preventing causes and effects of poverty. Visit them online at lcap.org, lccap.org, to see how you can be of assistance. Matt gets the call from Coach Mark Stanley. Fisher between the circles. Over to Taylor. At this point, it's about ball possession unless you're that open. Back iron, no good. Lombardo, he was back at half court. He thought it was down. 15-foot jumper the other way is going to be off the mark, and Lombardo gets the rebound there. Quick transition, and maybe an ill-advised pass there. Avery Wesley able to read it and steal it away. And a foul in transition back is going to go against Matt, and I believe that's his third. Team foul number 4. The third against Matt Stanley. He leads all scorers now, 17 on the night. Alir Malouk went down with a knee injury. He's going to take a three and drain it in the corner. His first points of the second half is what I was about to say. He hadn't had any in the second half. Missed about 2 or 3 minutes worth of game time, and then a little pressure is going to cause a turnover. 10th against Union. Alir Malouk does a little bit of everything. That three-pointer cuts the lead back down to 10. He's also the one to inbound it every time, though this inbounds is going to go all the way across the court and out for the turnover. So we've seen that a couple times, just not on the same page. Ashley Hautala, Rachel Bowen on the cameras, Dom Summers producing, Robbie Nattel working the scoreboard. The LC SportsNet crew, glad to be here at Fox Chapel for this Class 1A semifinal game. Championships Thursday at 5 o'clock at the Pete. Matt goes away from a screen from his twin brother, gets it over now on the handoff inside the arc. Cam Taylor, 15-footer is good. Malouk looking for some help. He'll back it back out. Gives it to Avery Wesley. He drives in, nifty move, a good step around, and he's now in double figures with 10. Matches the 10 he had in the quarterfinals against the Neighborhood Academy. Taylor bounce past to Fisher, stopped at the foul line, back out. Matt Stanley open for three, no good on the shot. Good rebound by Wesley. That's Amari Wesley. And now we're going to have a whistle and a hold in the backcourt. Fisher saying he was the one being grabbed. The officials seeing it a different way. Foul number 5 against the Scotties in the half. We'll confirm. I have that as number 3 on Fisher. Check that, his 4th, excuse me. So first player with 4 fouls, and comes at the 5:40 mark. He checks out, Braylon Thomas will check in. Neither team's season will end tonight, as both teams have already qualified for the state tournament, but a chance at WPIAL gold awaits the winner, and we're just 5.5 minutes away from seeing who that will be. Lear Maluk gives it over to Obadiah. Obadiah to Bezaleel, the Abduls. Play catch, three-pointer, short, no good. Rebound, grabbed initially by Lombardo, but then a whistle and a foul. They're going to get it on Lombardo. So no box out, leads to the 4th foul against Peyton. And with that, he will check out. So now we're going to watch the minutes between Lombardo and Fisher, each with 4 fouls. Amari Wesley, the only one I have with 3 fouls for Imani Christian. Little runner, short, no good, and it's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say it hit off of Matt's foot on the way out. Obadiah had it, and as he tried to keep the dribble going, did put it off the foot. You got a good view from up here. Agree with that. The officials are much closer than I am. I'll agree with them 99 times out of 100. Avery Wesley got into the lane, and he's going to get 2 free throws. As Cam Taylor got the body there. Team 7. So Imani Christian now in the bonus the rest of the way. First free throw is up, and it is good. Lombardo back in with those 4 fouls, 5:09 remaining. Second free throw on its way for Avery, rolls around and does not fall down. Taylor left wing, brings it back out, under 5 to play, down low, backing his way in is Mark, and they're gonna get him with the charge. So now 4 on Mark Stanley. Trouble may be brewing here for the Scotties, and Coach Stanley recognizes it. Thought they were asking for a timeout. I think they may have just given a bench warning actually on the Union Scotties. Nine-point advantage. Stanley out there with the 4 fouls, as is Lombardo. Floater in the lane, no good. Matt Stanley gets the rebound, poked away from him out of bounds. It will be Scotties basketball. Tension building here at Fox Chapel. And now we have a bench warning against Imani Christian. Saying he was outside of his coach's box. Fisher back in. Fisher, Lombardo, Mark, all playing with 3 fouls. Matt Stanley and Cam Taylor also out there for Union. Matt's got 3 fouls. Imani, 3 fouls for Amari Wesley. That's really it in terms of the foul trouble. Stanley tries to get across, and they're going to get a blocking foul. So Amari Wesley bumped into him, and there's his 4th. Team's 6th. And with that, they'll get Amari out. Marcus Williams will check in. Bonus free throws the rest of the way for both teams now. Matt in the backcourt. Dribbles it off the foot of Imani defenseman, and there's going to be a run. Wow, probably got away with a walk. They got the bucket. 7-point advantage for the Scotties. Imani with a big run. Pump and shot and good. Matt Stanley. Double clutches, but gets it to go. Tough shot in the lane. Good defense there from Fisher to alter the shot from Obadiah. Here comes Matt the other way. Elbow jumper, in and out. Whistle and a foul on the rebound. I think they got it on Fisher. That's his fifth. So he will foul out of the game with 4:02 remaining. Fisher with 5 points on the night. And now bonus free throws here for Imani Christian. Your bonus free throws brought to you by the Red Zone. Spirit Sales, a great way for your organization to make money. Give them a call, 724-654-6065, and see what the Red Zone can do for you. Abdul, friendly bounce. He's now got 8 and gets the bonus free throw. See how your group can score big with those Spirit Sales. Score big at the Red Zone. In and out on the second attempt. Pass over the top to Lombardo, double teamed in the corner, and there's a whistle and a timeout going to be called by Coach Stanley, a full timeout with 3:55 remaining. 2 timeouts left now for each team. Another Pontius Insurance timeout. Thanks again to our friends at PontiusInsurance.com. Coming up after the game, we will announce our Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Visit them online at MaleyChiropractic.com. That's M-A-H-L-E Chiropractic.com. And let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. All high school student athletes can stay in the game with a $25 visit to their office. That includes an adjustment or all therapies necessary. 19 points for Matt Stanley to lead all scorers. Next is Lombardo with 9, Cam Taylor with 9 for Union. For Imani, Alir Malouk, 12 points. Avery Wesley with 11. Bezalil Abdul with 8. The Scotties led 45-32 at the start of this fourth quarter. But a bit of a run now for the Imani Christian Saints. Now a timeout with just under 4 minutes to play. Again, Union looking to make their first trip back to the Pete since 2018 when they beat Imani in the semifinals. Imani, who was the defending champion that year, lost in the WPIAL finals, or defending runner-ups, I should say, then lost in the finals back in 2017. Matt Stanley gets a high screen from Mark. Brings it back out. Matt gets around the defender, gets to the corner, gets the ball right back. Stanley into the lane, little floater is good. Matt now with 21. To the right wing, Bezalil tries to drive baseline. His shot short, no good. Tapped back, it went right into the hands of an Imani player, no good. Alir Malouk gets the rebound. His put back, blocked from behind, but with a foul. And it's going to be I believe that's the 4th on Porter now. Alir Malouk, free throw number 9 and 10 of the game coming, his first of the second half, and he makes the first. He's got 13, he's 4 of 9 from the line. Lots of time left. Freshman's second is on the way, and it's true. 1-2-2 press, Union able to cross the timeline into the corner for Porter. Porter, bring it back out to Taylor. Clock's going to start becoming an enemy for the Saints, but the pressure gets to Union. That's now 5 turnovers here in this fourth quarter, excuse me. 8-point lead. Really, that's the closest it's been since the end of the second quarter. And the Scotties held a 7-point advantage. Malouk, a corner 3, rattles in and out, no good. Ball out of bounds, last touch by the Saints. Luke's already drained one from the corner today. That one down and out. There's a blocking foul across the timeline. Bonus free throws now coming for Union. Bonus free throws again brought to you by the Red Zone. Look them up on Facebook. The Red Zone Sports. And see how you can score big at the Red Zone. Foul one against Williams, by the way, his first. Stanley's first free throw off the mark, no good, but it's going to stay with Union as it was touched out of bounds by Maluk. So a rare miss at the line for Union, but they will maintain possession. Taylor to inbound. He'll inbound into the front court for Matt. Gets a high screen from Mark. Gets around Maluk. Gets into the lane with a scoop shot. No good, but he was fouled. 2 free throws coming again for Matt Stanley, an 80% free throw shooter on the season. And they called it on Maluk for his third, team 8th. First free throw down for Stanley now with 22 points. Off your Union, that's who you want at the line. Your 1,000-point scorer, your leading scorer, probably your best free throw shooter as well. He's got 23. Lead back up to double digits. Around the perimeter it goes. Drive in for Bezaleel. Kick to the corner. Avery Wesley for 3. No good. 2 of 8 from downtown unofficially tonight is Imani. Right wing to Porter. Gets the ball back out to Matt. He gets around the defender. Floater from the foul line. Back iron, no good. Rebound from Maluk. Unofficially, that's his first rebound of the second half. Doesn't feel right, and that's why I'm the one keeping stats. But I have that as his first brought down rebound of the second half, and Imani, with 2:16 remaining, will take their penultimate timeout. Again, give a shout out to our friends at Pontius Insurance. Visit Dan Pontius online, pontiusinsurance.com. Putting the attention to the things that you love, the things that you own, so you can devote your attention to the ones you love. Bishop Canevin, Geibel Catholic. They will tip off at 2 o'clock right here at Fox Chapel. A lot of these doubleheaders for the semifinals at the same venue, so the teams don't have to send somebody else to scout. Imani Christian looking for their first ever WPIAL championship, trying to get back to the peak for the second time in the last 5 years. They actually won 4 Southwest Christian Athletic Conference championships before they entered the WPIAL. Imani Christian was just founded in 1993 with 3 students taking classes in a family home. Now 30 years later, trying to get championship pedigree in District 7. Again, they've won 4 championships in the Southwest PA, basically Southwest PA Catholic Schools Conference, the SWCAC. Back to the action, 2 minutes remaining. Handoff, hesitation for Amari. Kicks it back out. That's Bezaleel Abdul. Going one-on-one with Lombardo. They're trying to get it down low to the big man. They do. Step back, tough fadeaway shot. Dirk Nowitzki style, no good on it. Rebound kicks right out to the foul line. That jumper no good. Another attempt for Amari. This time he goes strong into the hoop. No basket there. Volleyball around, and Mark's going to track it down in the corner. And a good play by Mark is that he just threw it off of an Imani player who was standing out of bounds. We've seen a couple of smart plays here tonight from Union. First was Taylor rolling it so it hit a player on the sideline, and that time there, Mark trapped in the corner, saw a player standing out of bounds, and he just threw it off of Maluk. Now a full timeout called by the Scotties with 1:36 remaining. Gives us a chance to catch our breaths for a moment. Those just tuning in on Lawrence County SportsNet and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Union took the lead about the 5-minute point of the first quarter, 5-2. They have not trailed since. Most of the second half, the lead has been between 8 and 12 points. That's about where it has stayed steady throughout this second half. But now with 1:36 remaining, Union holding a 10-point advantage. Alir Malouk went down with a knee injury. It looked severe midway through the third quarter. Hyperextension when we watched the replay. He came back about 2 minutes later to the contest. But in that time, Union went on a 7-0 run and really has felt to be, for the most part, in control. A couple of Imani runs. I've cut it down at times to as many as 7. Or as little as 7, I guess I should say. But they've been pretty good keeping the pressure alive, and that was a tough inbound spot from the corner. Imani got their hands on it. Now Union will have to inbounds from right in front of the Imani Christian bench. Matt will get the ball on the inbounds in the backcourt. Sprints across the timeline, bounce past Taylor, and he's going to wisely bring it back out. He tried to bounce past the Porter, and he wasn't ready for it. He was ready to set a screen to let him dribble it back out. Not on the same page, but instead a held ball. Possession will stay with Union. Time becoming an issue for Imani. How long do you go before you have to foul? And who do you foul? You definitely don't want to foul Matt, who's 4 or 5 from the line. He's got 23 tonight. He's the only player for Union in double figures this evening. Inbounds pass goes on the curl to Matt, and he's going to be left alone. He'll take the floater, and it goes. Big bucket for Stanley, 12-point advantage, and there's a whistle and a foul on the way up. Obadiah Abdul got hit. Let's see who they get it on. They get it on Brennan Porter, so he's the second Scotty to foul out. Fouls out with no points, does the junior. Obadiah Abdul, 1 of 2 shooting from the line tonight, both coming in the first half. His first one falls off the rim. 11 of 25 from the free throw line is Imani. 12 of 26 after the second one goes. And there's the whistle in the backcourt. It's going to go against Obadiah for his third. And that's what you got to do if you're Imani Christian. You got to put him to the free throw line. It is still a 1-and-1. That's the team's 9th. So 1-and-1 free throws one last time. Coming up at 2 o'clock, Canavan and Geibel. First one's good. We've been all chalk. All the top seeds have won every 1A boys basketball playoff game so far. Union, the 3, would be the technical upset if they're able to finish this one off. Stanley's now got 27, and we're going to have a whistle at the other end. That's the last thing you want to do if you're Union is stop the clock. Imani has not been great from the line by any stretch of the imagination, but you don't want to stop the clock. That's what Braylon Thomas just did in committing his first foul. Avery Wesley will take free throw number 5 and 6. First one rattles around and goes. Both are good. And an interesting move here. Imani Christian just took their final timeout with 1:09 remaining. And here's why that's interesting. In high school basketball, remember, the clock does not stop on a made basket. So there is absolutely no way that Imani can stop the clock at this point the rest of the way. So any Imani bucket, if Union's smart, they would just let the ball go out, take their 5 seconds before trying to inbound it. No timeouts remaining. Union on the other end with 1 timeout remaining and an 11-point advantage. Matt Stanley, 27 points, leading all scorers. 9 for Lombardo, 7 for Mark Stanley. On the other end, Alir Malouk, 14 points. Unofficially 8 rebounds. Avery Wesley with 11 points, and Bezalil Abdul with 8. Winner plays Canavan or Geibel Catholic. The championship Thursday afternoon, 5 o'clock at the Peterson Event Center. That'll be the first game of the 12 championship games in the WPIAL to be held on the campus of Pittsburgh. 1:09 remaining. Inbounds, they get it to Matt in the backcourt, and then there's going to be the whistle and the foul. As Obadiah just picked up his 4th. And instructions pretty clear there. If you don't get the steal, you got to go and commit the foul. Oh, apologies. I had that as number 4 against Obadiah. That's only number 3. Probably marked the wrong Abdul. It's been a lot of fun tonight. Obadiah Abdul, Bezalil Abdul, Amari Wesley, Avery Wesley. Also coming off the bench at times throughout the year for Imani. David and Isaac Compton. For Union, you have a plethora of Stanleys. Mark, Matt, Lucas, Coach Stanley, Assistant Anthony Stanley. It's Matt at the line. Gets them both. He's got 29. Quickly down the court, Bezalil will drive baseline, tries to put it up with the left hand, no good. Knocked away from Malouk. Second attempt from Abdul, no good. Matt Stanley gets the ball out, and he'll get fouled in the backcourt. And that might just about be all she wrote. Coach Stanley gives a two fist pump. His Scotties just 55 seconds away now from a return trip to the Peterson Event Center. Coach Stanley was the head coach when the Scotties won it back in 2003. They were the upset special, a la Elwood City a year ago. 3 seed this year. Stanley with 30 as the Union student section imploring. Second free throw, no good, but Lombardo gets the rebound. Ball knocked away and flying for it. Imani's going to get possession. Quickly up the court, a 3 in transition, no good on the shot, and it went up and over the backboard. 3-point shooting not going in favor of Imani. Unofficially 2 of 9 from downtown. Obadiah Abdul picks up that foul for his 4th now officially. And guess who? It's Matt going back to the line yet again. Oh, and you know, it was the scoreboard that was incorrect, so I did have it right. How about that? That was foul number 5. Never trust the scoreboard, said the wise Mark Shaws. But we'd love it if he were to be here with us today. Our great friend and really the inspiration for this Lawrence County SportsNet. Taken too soon. Stanley making a living at the free throw line here in the final moments. Makes them both now. 10 of 12 from the stripe, easy lay-in the other way. Quick inbounds to Matt, he'll get fouled again. Imani is going to do all that they can to extend this game and hope that Union starts missing some free throws, but in the meantime, Matt Stanley's going to start getting close to potential records, I would think, at this point. More red zone free throws. Matt keeps knocking them down. I'll tell you what a big difference from the line it is for Union. Did not shoot it well from the line in the quarterfinals, well under 50%. Matt Stanley, a big part of that tonight, why it's gone so well. I got him now at 13 of 15, 34 points. And again, they're not going to do anything crazy. They're going to allow Imani to score. They're going to allow Imani to foul Matt, and they're going to allow Matt to just go walk back to the free throw line. After the game, we'll have our Tri-County Principals post-game show. See if we can get a conversation maybe with Coach Stanley. Put that on one of our crew to try to make that happen maybe. 36 for Matt. Union will let a deep three happen. It hits off the base of the back of the rim and goes in. And Imani looks like they're going to call off the dogs. Mark's going to hold it. And the Scotties are headed to the Peterson Event Center. Union 66, Imani Christian 54. Union now 22-2 on the season. We'll play Thursday, 5 o'clock at the Pete, trying to get their second WPIAL championship. Take a timeout, be back in a moment. Tri-County Principals post-game show when we return on the Lawrence County SportsNet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Hey, Scotty fans, it's Mrs. Ryan.
And Miss Felina here on behalf of the Union Area Education Association.
And we want to wish all of our Scotties good luck this season. Go Scotties!
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve. For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Shannon for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
It's the Tri-County Principals postgame show here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Union Scotties punching their ticket to the Pete with a victory 66-54 here today at Fox Chapel High School. I'm James Dotson, glad to bring you the coverage here at lcsportsnet.com and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Free throw shooting was a story in the first half. 16 attempted for Imani Christian versus just 2 for Union. In the end, it's Matt Stanley going 13 of 15 from the line, 36 points to lead all scorers as Union wins 66-54. And with that, start our awards. That's one of the easy ones. We'll hold off on that. We're going to hopefully get a chance to talk with Matt Stanley and Coach Stanley up here during our Tri-County Principals post-game show. We thank them. We thank all of our sponsors here at the LC SportsNet for all that they've done for us all year long. Quick scoring recap coming your way. We get all the numbers tallied up. Mentioned 36 points, for Matt Stanley. Next, 9 for Peyton Lombardo, 7 for Mark Stanley, and unofficially 8 rebounds. 9 for Cam Taylor as well. 5 for Caden Fisher to round out the scoring for Union. Imani Christian, Alir Malouk, 14 points, 9 rebounds unofficially to lead the way for Imani Christian, and glad he was able to get back on the court there after suffering the tough knee injury midway through that third quarter. Avery Wesley and Bezalil Abdul with 11 each, 4 for Obadiah Abdul, 3 for Amari Wesley, and 2 for Malik Shannon to round out the scoring. Union that led basically throughout. They trailed 2-0 and never trailed after that, taking the lead at about the 5-minute mark of that first quarter. And really, score hovered anywhere between 8 and 12 for most of the second half. And in the end, the free throw shooting to ice it from Matt Stanley. Scotties will take on either Bishop Canevin or Geibel Catholic. That game coming up next right here at Fox Chapel. You can watch it thanks to our friends Mon Valley Express and the WMBS doing the radio call. You can check them out. Again, go to tribhssn.triblive.com. Your game on Thursday at 5 o'clock for the championship video stream on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. We're hoping we can get you an audio feed here at lcsportsnet.com. We're going to take another timeout and hopefully get a post-game conversation with some of the members of the Union Scotties when we return on this Tri-County Principals post-game show. We'll be back in a moment. It's lcsportsnet.com, powered by LCAP, here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
That was awesome.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Shannon for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods, custom apparel to embroidery and more, Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAP Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years. In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
It's Tri-County Principals post-game show here again at lcsportsnet.com. Union 66, Imani 54. The Union Scotties trying to get their second WPIAL championship. Won it back in 2003 in the early goings of Coach Mark Stanley's career. Now he'll send a group of 5 seniors, or 5 juniors I should say, excuse me. Come have a seat, Coach. Get a chance to talk with Coach Stanley here on the post-game show.
Wow.
Oh, Coach, Do you have a voice, first off?
No, I lost it before the game, but I think I can muddle through.
You think you can muddle through?
Yes.
We'll take it easy on you. First, just talk about this group and talk about this performance here today. Absolutely incredible from your Scotties.
Special group. Not that I haven't had special groups before, but probably one of the hardest working teams I've ever had. Very team-oriented, care about winning. We just want to play hard and hope the score comes out on our end, and we've been very fortunate.
And with that victory today, a tough part of having to deal with the size that they had, obviously, with Alir Malouk. What was the game plan going into it in terms of being able to defend against him?
Well, you know what? To be honest, we didn't change much. We knew they'd throw it in, and we knew our big men, Fisher and Stanley, they got good feet. Fisher got athletic ability. So we figured Fisher up top could handle himself, and if he brings it down, Mark's going to take it off you. We wanted to stop penetration, give them one shot, stop their transition, and score on the other end. And I mean, basically what we try to do every game. I mean, we pressured up early, so.
And you got the job done with that there. And I guess the other question with that, foul trouble early played a huge role in this game with both Peyton and Mark having 3 fouls in that first half. Working their minutes as best as you could, but that obviously had to be something you talked about at halftime.
Yeah, we got him out there with 3. We talked about maybe going zone, but, I trust Mark as far as he knows how to play. He can play with 3. I told him don't do anything stupid, and I told the guys with fouls, if they get a break loose, that one's definite, don't do anything like a stupid foul. So, and Fisher played hard through, but I told him, don't you take any breaks. I said, just because you got 3, and I don't think they did. And I don't think Mark came out the second half, and he stayed in. And sometimes he's not the brightest guy. And I can say that because he's my son, right?
Yes, no, absolutely you're allowed.
And I just kid.
We'll talk with Coach Stanley here. 66-54 victory, and really a game that you guys led throughout. And then the whole second half, it was really, it never got close into maybe 7 or 8 points. Really between that 7 and 12 range. It's every time they kind of made a run, your team had a response.
Yeah, I thought Cam Taylor hit some huge shots.
Yes.
It was open. Did a great job handling the ball. What an effort from him. And then, then Matthew got hot. And I think, what do you have, 26 in the second half?
Yeah, 26 in the second half, yes.
He's a coach's son. And I don't give him a lot of credit. But as good as I've seen. I mean, he's handling the ball. I mean, you've done games. I'll put him, and I keep saying it. He makes us go, and I'm not saying he's better than anybody out there, but he'll hang with you.
And he did that and then some here tonight. We'll talk to him in a moment. I want to give you a chance to talk about him, though. 36. You ever score 36 in your time at Union?
Yeah. Without the 3, 41 a couple times.
He only had 1 3, so you can't credit that too much, right?
Yeah, but I couldn't handle it like him, and I might have been a little more gunner. Although he was gunning tonight, he kept going to get those free throws. But no, it's a credit to him. He works hard, as this whole group, this junior group, as you know, because you're in the building. It's a good group, and they work. So.
And not just that, though. I'll give you this final question. The depth that your team has to be able to, when you have these guys in foul trouble, you can go 8, 9, or even 10 off the bench and not feel like you're losing a lot.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
I mean,
at a 1A public school.
Yeah. I mean, you got Porter sitting there who, by the way, is my favorite baseball player. That's just how good he is. And he plays. He's got great hands. He's so smart. He's our smartest big man. And what a treat coming off. Then Braylon Thomas comes off. He's got such an athletic ability. Then you have Nick Vitale, who's a senior leader. Nick doesn't care if he plays 1 minute, 10 minutes, scores, doesn't score. He can come in, play hard, do what he does, and that's just leadership. And to have that, I'm very fortunate. Everyone, oh, you're coaching. It ain't coaching. Everybody tells you it's coaching. Give me a break. It ain't coaching. I've had bad, I got good players. It makes good coaching.
Good players do make good coaching. Go do your coaching role now. I know you're going to go and check out some of this game before you guys get on the bus ride home.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to enjoy it. So thanks for doing this. And
absolutely.
I was kind of upset you didn't have an interview me this year. Well, finally you got me.
Well, we finally hit. We were waiting for the big moment, Coach.
Moment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you at the Pete.
All right, thank you.
Coach Mark Stanley. We'll see if we can get Matt in here real quick. The Union Scotties victorious 66-54 in their game today. We will bring Matt in. I'm not sure how he feels about this. We're going to enjoy it. All right, Matt Stanley, congrats, man. You're going to the Peterson Event Center. How are we feeling right now?
Oh, it's just a great feeling. It's just great.
36 points tonight. Now, your dad said he did score more, but we're going to ignore him. What was working best for you here today?
Just really at the end, it was free throws.
That helps.
Shot a lot at the end, but just dribble penetration when they were closing, just getting my floaters, getting mid-range, and getting other guys involved also opened up, like Cam Taylor and Payne Lombardo. Then those two hitting shots just opened it up for me.
And, with the big size that they had inside, Lumer Luke, 6'11", a lot of those little floaters and stuff, how did you guys prepare for that? How did you practice for that coming into this game?
We talked about it in practice and worked on it when we were doing layups and stuff. Got to shoot it higher on the glass, got to shoot a little bit higher. And we even got like a little broom out and had to shoot over it just to get the adjustments right.
So free throw shooting, big issue in the quarterfinals game. You guys are able to weather the storm against Leechburg, but like you said, leading the way on the line, 13 of 15. How many free throws did you guys have to shoot as a team on Thursday?
I think we put like 20 minutes up on the clock and we're just rotating, shooting free throws. We made sure we shot a lot of free throws with the 2 days we had of practice.
How crazy is it to know that you're going down to the Peterson Event Center with all juniors, by the way, all your classmates in this starting lineup?
It's crazy because with like all juniors in the lineup, we were all in 7th grade, I think, when Trey and them were there in 2018 in the Pete. So it's just an awesome feeling, and it's going to be crazy once we get down there and we get to play on that pit floor. And it's the first game to really tip off the weekend.
Talk a little about the girls team. Hopefully a chance to maybe join you guys this weekend. That could be a really fun feature here for a 1A public school to do that.
Oh yeah, hopefully the girls get there. It would be a nice doubleheader on that. Would it be on the same night?
Sadly, no. You guys are the first game Thursday. They would be the first game Saturday. But the gym's gonna be packed either way, right?
Yeah, hopefully they get there. That would be great for the Union community.
It really would be. Matt, really appreciate you coming and talking with us. Want to let you go and enjoy, but one final question. I want to just give you a chance to give some shout-outs to some teammates, some fans, anybody who's out there who might be watching this.
Well, my cousin back there, Robert, he wants me to shout him out, so I'm going to give him a shout-out. And I'm going to give a shout-out to my teammates. They're awesome.
That's good, Matt. Go enjoy. And best of luck in the championship. Matt Stanley, 36 points tonight to lead Union in their victory, 66-54. And again, they will take on the winner of this next one, Bishop Canevin, against Geibel. We got to give some thanks real quick to everybody here at Lawrence County SportsNet. Rachel Bowen, Ashley Halflow working the cameras today. Robbie Nattel, I guess I'll give him another shout out just because working the scoreboard. Your producer is Dom Summers. Today's production brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, by the Red Zone Sports, by Pontius Insurance, by the Crane Room Grill, by the Red Zone, by the Union Area Education Association, by the Tri-County Principals Association, and by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Tune in Monday, triple header coming for you at lcsportsnet.com. Right now, flip on over to the other game for Class 1A. Canevin and Geibel just about to get tipped off. Your final score one last time here, though, 66-54 Union going to the Peterson Event Center. And you saw it right here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.